Yes, Jesus is the only one that can bring you joy, peace, gladness, money, everything you want. Everything you want. And one of the things we're talking about today is hard work. We're talking about hard work. Now, we know that our generation is called the Indomie or quick fix or drive-through or quick make money rich scheme quick. If there are other words to describe the way this generation kind of sees hard work, they see it more as, you know what, is something that we don't have to do to make money. It is very important that we also understand that hard work isn't something that you can just go into the washroom, come out in 5 seconds, and it will come out. You know, I was watching a video this morning of Pastor Ifeanyi Adefarasin talking to people about comparison, and I was telling a friend, said hard work is something that you can't interchange for anything. You can't interchange hard work for laziness or procrastination. Hi, Minister Mike.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, though. Thank God.
It's good to have you on the show.
Yes, good to be here. Thank you for having me.
How's your day been?
Good.
Tell me you're not driving and being on this line.
Don't worry, I'm almost at home.
Okay. Thank God. Thank God. So should I allow you settle in at home and have you back on?
Okay, that's fine. 5 minutes.
Okay, like how many minutes?
5 minutes.
Okay, I'll have you back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
All right. So we're gonna have Minister Mike Abdul back in exactly 5 minutes. He's gonna be our guest on the show, talking about excellence and hard work in ministry. But as I was explaining before, I had to put him on so that he can settle in at home. We don't want him driving and being on the live. Y'all don't want that. We don't want that kind of story. Hallelujah. But let me tell you something that most people don't know is that I was telling you about Pastor Ifeanyi Adefarasin talking about comparison, and a lot of times people just see this was her first statement that caught my attention, and she said, you are 26, you're 24, you're 25, and you're carrying a bag that can pay your house rent, and you now come and want to compare yourself to a 58-year-old woman carrying that same bag. What have you done? What have you achieved? Now, there's nothing wrong in spoiling yourself, but what she was talking about is having to afford what you can afford. Cut your coat according to your material. Now, before it was cut your coat according to your size, but these days, your material is the most important thing, not even your size, because even if you are a size 35, like when it comes to clothes size, if you have a material that can just size you, that is a top, cut your coat according to your material. You see people, not just Lagos, but people are like, oh, it's Lagos. No, not just Lagos. We have a lot of people that even in abroad, they want to show their families in Nigeria that they have money. So what do? They begin to send money home. And you can't afford it. Like, you know that you cannot afford it. But you're trying to just please them and try to make them feel like, because we're in the abroad, we got money. It's a lie. It's all credit card. And credit card means debt. Y'all understand? Now, the big thing is weddings. We're trying to trend. Everybody's wedding or engagement or introduction wants to trend. When did we go from actually doing introduction with canopies? I'm sorry, I'm not throwing shit at anybody, but I'm just saying that if you can't afford it, I'm not saying that for those that can afford it, it's not a big deal. If you want to spend 200 million for your wedding, there's nothing. It's your money, my sister. Spend it on. But when I was growing up, I understood the concept of introduction was like a parlor thing. All of us are just in the parlor, introduce yourself to yourself. They see the couple, bang, bang, bang. By the time it was for the engagement, hi everybody, thank you for joining. How are you all doing? This is Life Matters with Aanu Adedire. It's a radio show that airs every Wednesday. We stream live because we want you to be part of the show, and also we're live on Amen Radio. Now, one of the things we're talking about today, and I'm gonna pin it in the comment section, is excellence and hard work in ministry. But just a piggy bank on some of the things I've heard during the course of the week. And I said I should share with you, my amazing listeners and viewers. Now, hi, Remy, my lover. Hi, darling. How are you doing? That's my friend. How are you doing, sis? Now, the thing about it is, yes, the live will be saved. The live session today will be saved. And you can also watch on YouTube. Yes, you can watch on YouTube at Aanu Adedire. Yes, Aanu Adedire. Now, what I was saying is this. If you know you can't afford that kind of lifestyle, if you know you can't afford that kind of luxury, if you know that renting Landmark Hall, or let me say International Conference Center Ibadan, or one very big hall in your city, don't overshoot it. Lest people will get mad. You didn't invite for your wedding. You're doing strictly by invitation. I am cutting my coat according to my material. I cannot come and kill myself. And that is the truth. A lot of people underestimate the power of discipline. You should be disciplined to be able to say, at this point, I can't afford it. The power to say no. There's a series that Pastor Sam Adeyemi is doing at the moment. And one of the things he was saying, the power to say no. When you can't afford it, say no. When your friends bring stuff that you can't afford, when friends, if it's Ashwebi, let me tell you these days, one of the things you can do to to clean Ashwebi, I told my friends, I said, you don't have to buy Ashwebi. If you already have the color at home, simply wear it. You can't exchange laziness for hard work. You can't exchange mediocrity for excellence. And that's what we're talking about today. Hello, Mr. Mike Abdul. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay,
How are
amazing.
you?
I can hear you. I am good. We have an amazing weather today, so I'm super excited. It's not cold.
Good.
But when it's cold, it's not always funny. When are we
Abby.
seeing you in our part of this world?
I know I'm in Chicago in November, and I think San Antonio in December. hmm
And that's US. When I come to Canada,
Oh, are you in Canada?
now we are
Jesus.
angry.
Gee.
Now we
All
are
my
angry.
mind. All my mind.
You thought I was in the
US
US?
today.
No, I've never
I'm
even
telling
been to
you.
the US. I've never been to the US. Like
Don't
I've
start.
never seen the
Seriously?
border of the US.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, Canada. Canada. Your visa
Don't
is
tell
hard.
me cold. Don't tell me cold. It's not cold.
No, it's not even cold alone. Your visa is very hard to get.
That's people think it's quite stressful, but once you get it, you get it. Like that's
I
the
know,
good
that's
thing.
true. That's true. We are
So
here, Jerry.
you should come and visit us one of these days.
Yeah, we'll try.
But we are
We'll
coming to
try.
Nigeria to see you, so we will see you very soon. So how's
Oh,
your
that's
day been?
good. Please come. Come home. Come and see us.
So how's your day been? What was your day like today?
Yes, so I had to be somewhere. It's called Goman, Gospel Musicians Association of Nigeria. I think
Okay.
it's a brand, the gospel music branch of P-Man. So I
Okay.
was there to just speak, and then of course show solidarity with our brothers.
Wow.
Mm.
Amazing. So Fogmon is different from Goman.
Oh yeah, it's different. Fogman is like a fellowship. Goman is really the Music Association of Nigeria, Gospel Music Association of Nigeria. You know,
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Mhm.
It's a lot of work, but it's
It
good.
is. It's plenty work.
So apart from always being at rehearsal, never sleeping late, always traveling, what does Mike Abdul do to have fun?
As in fun, no, Kai. You know, our work looks like fun, so we've not been
No,
able to.
that's why I know all the things that I know that you normally would do. And I'm saying, what else? Like, what's that one thing that people will not expect that you will love? You love doing in your spare time?
What can it be? Honestly, I've not figured it out. Seriously, I would have said
Wow.
traveling, but the travel self, if I travel, now walk, you know. Now
Wow.
walk. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so tell us a tiny bit about yourself, like tiny bit in the sense of growing up. How was your growing up like?
Well, growing up was very private, you know. I was a very quiet child, you know. I had
Sorry,
it all
sorry, we
going.
didn't get that. You were what?
I was a very quiet child.
Wow.
Yes. So I had everything bottled up on the inside of me, you know. So I started finding expression, I mean, much later in life, if far past my teenage. That's when I
Wow.
started finding expression. And that's why people don't know that all these bubble where the bubble now. Now the bubble where no bubble before. Now I call the bubble everything now.
Oh my oh my god.
You know that.
Wow. So it was like a very sheltered life. What they always call it? They call it get inside.
Very,
That kind of sheltered life. Wow.
yes, that's what it was.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Mike Abdul was once quiet.
Very quiet. Oh.
Wow. So
I went to
did you
Mayflower
have
school, so most of my schoolmates they be like, Mike Abdul is Mike Abdul, the Michael Abdul. Seriously, that quiet guy. How did he do it? Hey, see this life.
wow.
They get shocked. Yes.
So when you got to uni, what made that bubble burst?
Well, when I got to Yaba, it was Yaba Tech that actually maybe did it. Yeah. So of course, meeting with members of Midnight Crew
Yeah.
in Yaba Tech also helped me. You know, I met people that we had the same purpose. You understand the same passion. There's almost like we wanted to do the same thing. You understand?
Mm,
So I found it very comfortable relating with that kind of set of people, and
mm,
so there was a sense of purpose. So anything we decided we're gonna do, you know, nobody, you know, if you are shy as a person, but if five people are shy people, yeah, once they come together, they have this strength to push forward. You won't
yeah.
see the shyness in any of them. You know, I think
Mm,
that's where I found that energy, that momentum, you know, and
mm,
yeah, I saw once we saw that okay, this was worth doing, we just go ahead, we just did it, and of course, um, like I said, I suspect that the fact that I've been too quiet in my life made me bust out even a lot more than others. You know, I
wow.
wanted to all that expression. In fact,
The
I
energy was
overexpressed. My expressions lacked composure. It lacked comportment. I just overexpressed. I saying I did anything.
wow. So did you grow up Pentecostal or Orthodox?
Well, I was born into Celestial Church of Christ.
Okay.
So from Sele, my parents moved to Kerubu, from Kerubu to Church of the Lord Aladura, all white garments.
Yeah.
So then from there, I think when I entered my teenage, I started following my friends, you know. Oh, my friends said, oh, there's this Redeem. I said, Redeem, let's go there. So, of course, it was nice going to a place where I didn't have to wear my white
The
uniform and
Montana.
stuff, at least for a difference, you know, for a change rather. So, yeah, it was cool. Then I think the church that really caught my attention was Daystar. I went to Daystar, and in 45 minutes, service was over. That was strange.
And you're
I
like,
think I was like, that is church. I think how? How? Because for Selena year, you would have been preparing for 7. From 7 in the morning. You won't come back till 6 p.m. Now 6 p.m. with the reach house.
Wow.
That is Sunday service. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then this time I just enter. 45 minutes, service was done. I was on my way back home. I felt like, excuse me, Lord.
Did we come
Forgive
to
me for not
church?
forgive me, Lord, for not going to church today. I see.
Wow.
But I learned much later that anything anybody wants to tell you, they've actually said everything in 30 minutes. If you find someone preaching to you in 2 hours, he has actually made his point in the first 30 minutes. The other 1.5 hours is all repetition. That's what it is.
Wow. I think the first time, I think it was a wedding I went for in Daystar, and I think they had 5 weddings. So within like 30, 45 minutes, they were almost telling us that we should start vacating and go to next one. And I'm like church has finished. Like, are we on the same page? No, I think for them it is, and that's one of the important things I think for, maybe you can piggyback on it. And I love what you said, that sometimes the first 30 minutes the person is done. So why is it that, and this is no shade to anybody, but why is it that when we are singing, we enter into the spirit and we say it's the spirit that made us go over time? Like most people do it.
I hate it. It's indiscipline. I dislike it so much. It's indiscipline. There's nothing like that. It's just indiscipline. And then because you see this Holy Spirit, because nobody can see it, we all lie on the Holy Spirit. You understand? People will just start forming anything. I'm just like, what is this? It's just indiscipline. It's indiscipline. It's indiscipline. All these people that do all these spirits no grimy. How come when they go to churches like House on the Rock and they give them 15 minutes and they maintain the 15 minutes because they want to come back? In 15 minutes, you are done. That's discipline. You must be disciplined. I don't go with it, man.
So, well, for me, I think that even if there is spillover, you don't have to tell us that the Holy Spirit made you wait, because there's an evidence in the people that you're singing that they don't even want to leave the song. Like, let's give an example. If someone is singing, I'm trying to think of one popular, let's say Waymaker, right? Yeah. And someone is singing Waymaker, and you drop the mic at your time. You don't have to tell us that the Holy Spirit made you go over time, because if the Holy Spirit, the evidence of the Holy Spirit will be that the people that are in the audience will not even leave the song, and you are trying to like wrap up, and they don't want to leave the song. But it's not you that will now tell us that you went over time. You can't try that in Winners Chapel. Well,
amazing. My question to such people: are you the only person the Holy Spirit can use? If you are done with your time is 15 minutes, go. The Holy Spirit will continue with the next person. Please. God bless you. Go away. What's doing you? Come on. I don't know what it is. Are you the only one the Holy Spirit can use? Is it not this Holy Spirit? You know what? We like fame. We like fame. Now fame is just idolatry. We want to be worshipped. After we don't make the people worship God, we want them to worship us. That is what it is. For me, that's what it is. Because at the end, you want them to feel like, by the time the guy was done, the place, because eventually you are the one they're talking about.
Okay, so now I can hear you now.
You know, I'm just saying that eventually what you want them to do is talk about you. So that they will say that, oh man, when Mike Abdul was done, man, nobody could sing again. So eventually, all the glory has been given to you, not to the Holy Spirit that you claim. Come on, they've given you 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Get out. The Holy Spirit is there to bless more lives through other people. What if you, your own? Come on now. That's what it is.
So we talk about hard work. People talk about, because I remember last year we had Big Biology, and he was talking about the I want to blow syndrome, and it
Yeah.
was a whole lot. Like it was a whole lot where people don't want to wait. People don't want to people want to be at the level of Mike Abdul, but don't want to go through the journey of Mike Abdul. So
I feel
before
you.
you go into that even conversation, I just want to give us like instances where you from Midnight Crew, the kind of sacrifices you made, that sometimes you yourself be asking yourself, who sent me? And like the journey itself in itself,
Yeah.
how it came together. That I was telling a friend the other day, and I said, one thing I love about Midnight Crew, I said, you might not see all of them on stage every now and then. I said, but you know the uniqueness about them, their individual ministries stand out, and as a group, they stand out. Just because there's no beef of, oh, this person is singing more, this person is doing more. You see them as a
Yeah.
group, they are one group. You see them as individuals, they still work hard. But before we see all those things, before we are saying that, oh, we enjoy or we emulate things like that from the group, tell us the things that, the beginning, from the beginning, what were the things that, what were the sacrifices that were made when it came to starting up the group, and even you yourself as an individual, and as an individual artist?
Yeah. Well, very strongly, maybe I can say it now because of my experience, you know, and the time I've spent. Consistency has no rival. You can never rival consistency. Consistency makes you believable. You know, people want to know that this person, we can believe you. Because you know what? Beyond the song, people start to follow you. After they finish loving the song, they start to love you, the artist. You know, so your consistency is one of the things they hold on to, you know, so that when you're going to drop the next song, they're going to get it quickly because they know that he has proven himself or herself over time. We can trust this person with our children. We can trust this person's music with our children. We know that they will not go astray and stuff like that. I think basically we should be willing to start everything that became tall, every building that became tall started from a foundation. And the foundation is from ground, though. You know, by the time you spend money on foundation, if you spend 10 million on, if you do 10 million naira on foundation, and you come to the site where the foundation is, you might be discouraged when you know that it's 10 million that entered that foundation.
Sure.
But you have just done a strong major part of the work. Now you can start to rise. Now you can start to rise. So basically, I think we should, instead of being more particular about the height we want to achieve, I think we should be more particular about the base, the foundation, the starting of it. Because is that foundation gone, that's what will determine the height we are going to. So I think basically that is what it is. Knowing what you stand for, knowing what you're staying focused, going for it, staying on it, you know, and that is the way to rise. Consistency is just the way to rise.
So
It's
for
just the
you,
way to rise.
when it comes to, you know, moving from the fact that you were a group, and you're still a group, sorry, you're still a group, and you have your own like shows and all that.
Yes.
It's not like I'm stalking you. I know
I
many
get you.
times that I'll be on the phone with T-Yanks and you'll be in the boats. I know many times that in the middle of the night you're posting stuff or adding new content on your page, and I'm wondering, when does this man sleep? Like, does he even I think for the day I had to ask you that, do you even sleep in the first place? because it's always like you're either always putting up something or you're doing something. Now, for a young person that is just trying to get his feet together, yes, consistency is key. You say foundation is key, but we know that music is very expensive. So how do we put the both together? Because you said the foundation has to be right, but music is also very expensive. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, it's just
Okay.
breaking, kind of. I don't know why. Breaking. I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Okay, so what I was saying was the foundation has to be right. Consistency is king, but the truth is music is also very expensive. So how do we have a right foundation with a budget?
It is. Yeah. Well, I think we should learn to start where we are.
Mm,
You know, we should learn to start where we are. And I also think we should have a target audience.
mm,
We should learn to have target audience, start where you are. Because if I'm starting now and I'm looking at the kind of following that Tim Godfrey has, and I'm just a starter, and I want that following like almost immediately, it will just give birth to depression
mm,
because Tim Godfrey did not gather that cloud just because he sang Nara. It was not Nara that brought that cloud. He had been working for years before they got to Nara. He's not a
mm,
Nara thing, you know. So we have to understand that is the way it is. You know,
mm,
you have to gather momentum. It's gathering. You don't just get to a particular momentum. You gather it. It's over time. You know, we start where we are. You know, if what you can afford is to record the song and put it on radio, you don't have money for video, do it. Let us just do radio.
mm.
Do not expect that, oh, they are bringing Tim Godfrey. Oh, I heard they paid him 3 million. Why would I go there and they can't even give me 30,000?
Mm.
My sister, my brother, you're a starter. Start. Start. You're a
You are
starter. Forget it.
that.
You're a
Mm,
starter. That's the way. In fact, now you suppose they pay themselves to sing because it's their platform. Oh.
mm,
And you need to be showcased, right? You have
mm,
to do a lot of promotional performances. You must.
mm,
That's the way. You will
mm,
do a lot of it because people don't buy what they don't know. The Bible
mm.
says that we walk by faith and not by sight. But the reality for mankind, we actually walk by sight and not by faith. Whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter how anointed the pastor is. The pastor wants to know that the people know you. They want to see the evidence of what you've done before. If they've not
Mm,
seen it, sorry, oh,
mm,
sorry. You can write all you like, oh, I'm an anointed, this is that, 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 that. My brother, see, it's amazing. Why do they put faces on billboards? It's because they know that people have their favorites. That's the way it is.
true.
We can't deceive ourselves. They put faces on billboards because they know people have favorites. So they know,
True.
oh, Messi Chinwo is coming. Wow, I'm going to be there. That is the truth. We can't deceive
Mm,
ourselves on this matter.
mm,
So it will take you time to get to that point. It takes a lot of work, and you
mm,
must work the work. That's the
mm,
way it is.
mm,
Yeah, but that's the way it is. You have to work the work. That's it.
mm,
That's it.
mm,
So but on your budget too, where you start from, start from. Do you understand? there is 10,000 naira music, or there's 100K music, there's 1 million music. You don't have to do 1 million. No. If it's 10K, do 10K. Do 10K. Do you know that a lot of the people that made it, that hit, the initial production was crap. The initial mix was rubbish mix.
Yeah.
And they broke through. That's the way it is. So you got to start from where you are and then take it up gradually. That's the way it is. I mean.
So I want to use one of your songs as my next question.
Okay.
And I want to talk about no alternative after hard work is hard work. Just because I think that a lot of people just wanted you to reiterate on what you just said. Just because I think a lot of people are they're more concerned about how they will look on the gram, how people will perceive them, and all that, compared to the hard work in itself. Now, give us a typical run of your music day so that people have an idea of what you kind of do.
A typical what?
A typical run of your music day.
Okay. Well, it's crazy. Okay, amazing. For me, I have this practice of devoting 30 minutes to content every day. Because people go to work every day, Monday to Friday. You can't tell me, so because you're an artist, you don't have work? For Christ's sake, you are the work. You are the work. So you have to wake up to the office every morning. So you tap into yourself and write. That's me. I would come up with, I don't have to write a song every day, but I can write something, some inspiring quotes. If I don't get something to write, I will read up something. You understand? I'll read up maybe something on marketing. I'll read up on promotion. I'll read up on branding. My sister, I do this every day. I read about branding every day like I've never read about it before. I read up on marketing every day. You understand? Either marketing, branding, promotion, or presentation. I read because that is around what I do. So I need to update myself, know what's going on out there. So that's what I devote my first 30 minutes to. And then once I'm done with that, well, a lot of times because of the demand and all that, I'm always, a lot of times in the studio every week. I'm in the studio every week, either doing 1 or 2 songs, either I'm being featured on a song, I'm doing a song by myself. I also take on jingles. I do jingles for companies, so involved in a lot of things. So sometimes I get called up for movie roles and all of that. So I get that done also, stuff like that. So basically that's what every day is like. And and there's some days I have it really free. So once I have it free like that, you will just see me, I'm just on my bed, I'm checking out all the songs I've not recorded. I'm revisiting every one of them and trying to see if I can get some of them to sort out. If I don't get that done, I'm just reading something or checking the internet about something, basically. That's how I run.
Wow. So for you, that's how you're on top of your game. I read one interview you had and you were like, people get tired of the same thing and we have to always switch things up every time as to make sure that people are interested in what you're doing. And it just reiterates what you just said. So for me, my next question will be more or less like, we always spiritualize excellence in ministry. What exactly is excellence in ministry?
Well, I told a friend of mine, I said, see, greatness is not discovered in doing great things, actually. Greatness is discovered in doing small things, little things excellently. So you're not waiting for that big thing you want to do that'll make you great. It's actually the little things you do well that add up, you know. So, you know, when it comes to ministry, we call it God's work. And you see, when you call it God's work, that means you are saying that you are leaving it to God. That is why in ministry we do not practice excellence, because we believe God will do it. Whereas our Jesus, he said, I go about my Father's business. If you don't make God's work your work, you won't do it well. But when you say God's work is God's work, you leave it to him. And don't worry, he has many children. He will call the people that can do it excellently and tell them, I better go and do this thing for me. So that's the way it is. It's the same. See, applying excellence in ministry is like giving 2 trees to 2 people, then telling them, cut this tree down. One of them goes to the tree with an axe. The other one goes with a cutlass. Axe and cutlass can cut down the tree for real. It's just that one will achieve it in better time and more effectively than the other. So it's the same thing with applying excellence to what you do, applying excellence to ministry. You know, excellence makes you effective. It makes you effective. So that's the way it is. So, yeah. So if you want to be effective, you want to be impactful, know how. There's nothing you can do about excellence. There's no two-way about it. Excellence is excellence. An excellent Christian will make heaven. A Christian that is not excellent will also go to heaven. But eventually, when we get to heaven, Jesus said that I will measure your works. Eventually, he said, I will measure your works. So your works eventually count as a kingdom person, as a Christian, as someone who is heaven bound. Your works eventually count. It may not count if you are not born again, but if you are born again, your works count. Christ said, I will measure your works and give according to what you've done.
You know, you just saying that just makes me think that a lot of times people just say they give their life to Christ and that's the end. They don't think about like this you just said, you know, and it was the same thing where I think it was from Kedejuma that said people that compare their ministry with other people and beef those people, you're just shooting yourself in the leg, because those people will continue doing that ministry and get a house, like a mansion in heaven, and you will just be on the road trying to like, oh Jesus, this one, that one. But why not focus on just you and make yourself better at what you're doing? So for me, I just think that pastors and even church leaders should reiterate this thing so that they don't just have people that are giving their life to Christ and have no works, but actually have works and actually are doing excellently well in what they're doing. So you said you write a lot of songs, and I can't even count how many songs that are my favorites. Like I can't even count.
Amazing. Thank you.
But for me, what's your, so kind of take us through a journey of you writing a song. Like how does he like, is in the bathroom, you're having your bath, and the melody just comes into your mind? Like how does a songwriting day look like?
Yeah. Songwriting is a creating process. When you're writing a song, what you're doing is you're creating something, because your song has the power to influence people. Your song has power to change the way people think. So when you're writing a song, you're in a creating process, you know. So for me, sometimes songwriting comes as an idea. An idea comes first. Sometimes the melody comes first. Sometimes lyrics come first, you know. But for me, most of the time, I have ideas. I have a story in my mind. I have an idea. For instance, in What was I thinking in Korede? Okay, in Korede, for instance, I was thinking, okay, there are these people, we call them Korede. We just know Korede is a name of someone. Okay, but what's the real meaning of Korede? Then checking it as, okay, Korede means the one who blesses. Korede. So who is the real Korede? It's Jesus, Joe. It's Jesus. Not all these people we are calling Korede. It's Jesus. So Korede, Jesu, lo Korede. So let's explain it. So that was my way of looking at it. And then the flip side is I thought I wanted to start writing songs that people can own. People can hold on to and say, this is my song. So I thought within myself, you can't imagine how many people bear the name Korede and would love to have a song written in their name. So I thought, wow, that's also a good one. Oh, let's give them a gospel song, so that whether you're Christian, Muslim, or whatever you are, we have given you a song called Korede. So you keep singing it until you believe what the words in the song says. So that's how Korede came to me. So I decided to write all the attributes of Christ, within, the meaning of the word Korede. And yeah, that's how that song came. So a lot of times for me, songwriting comes first as an idea. Then once it comes as an idea, I determine the kind of music that would fit in. So when I determine the kind of music, one of the things that make me determine kind of music is my target audience. If I know that my target audience is between 18 to 35, okay, can I go way local with 18 to 35? If I decide to go way local with 18 to 35, that means that some of the words in my lyrics will be words of the now. I have to be deliberate about words of the now, so that I don't sound old school to a new generation. So those are the things I go through when writing a song. So once I'm done with all of that, I now tell myself, will a guitar lead this thing in production? So I call my producer and then we discuss it. And then he says, okay, I think a guitar will be nice. We'll make it soft and really cool. Let it just serenade, the lyrics. Let it go with the lyrics like that till the end of the song. So that's how we go about the journey of songwriting.
Wow, that's a lot of that's a lot. So it's like you do research, you make sure that everything sounds good,
Yes,
and make
yes,
sure that everything is even in sync. And
yes, yes.
it's a lot of work. Wow, people.
It is work.
So for you, how did Spaghetti Records start? Like, what made you start the record label?
Yeah, I I had discovered that music was the the little thing that makes me tick. It makes me rise up. It makes me want to be something. You understand? Music drives me a lot. So I felt that if music is to be taken seriously, then it can no longer be my hobby. It has to be serious business. So I told myself, let us make an organization that would manage this music. So in my mind, I already created a record label that organizes every department of the music that I do, but I had no name for it. So someday I was invited to do a song for some guy. And in that song, I was inspired to call myself Mr. Spaghetti. So in that song, I said, won't call me Debbie Spaghetti. So when you see me now, call me Mr. Spaghetti. But I know that some of you are salt of the earth. You are light of the world. I am also all of that. But in my generation, spaghetti.
Have a Facebook, Instagram. Like I was watching an interview of Tenny Entertainer. I know she's a mainstream artist, but something I learned from her is she said consistently put yourself out there. Consistently put yourself out there. You can't like, oh my god, you can't even not want to put yourself out there. Like you have to. Oh my God. And Tenny was saying that that was how she herself. And Minister Mike Abdul, please, we want you to join us on the Life Matters page, because the device I'm using for my personal page, it's, if I do a live, it's going to chop my head into half. So if you can please just help me go to the Life Matters page. We're live already. Thank you, sir. But the thing is, one of the things she said was she put her stuff out there, she put her songs out there, she was just singing, doing freestyles, doing stuff like that. And at the end of the day, she saw that, I have to do this thing, I have to put myself, I have to put more content. If Mike Abdul can be putting 30 minutes daily on his own content, I don't know what you're doing, and you're saying that you're not followers, oh, nobody's buying my song, nobody's getting my music. Like it. Mba. Hi people, now I'm having my guest back on the show. Hello sir. Okay, I think I can.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me? So yeah, I forgot what we were even talking about.
Are we on?
Yes, you're on. You're like, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Great.
Okay, so you can hear me now. Okay, yes.
I can hear you.
Talking about being Mr. Spaghetti. Hello?
I can hear you again. Oh.
Okay. I think it's your network because I can hear you clearly. Okay, I will have you back on. I think it's network.
Okay.
Okay. You can hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay. I was saying that you're talking about being Mr. Spaghetti.
Yeah. Yes, so I was on that song. I introduced myself because I introduced myself as Mr. Spaghetti because one could be spaghetti. That's what I was, saying on the song. You understand? I'm sought after. I'm the salt of the earth, light of the world. Why did I use spaghetti? I discovered that the first person to say salt of the earth and light of the world in the Bible was just Jesus. He used the common things, amongst the people to describe who they are. So I kind of liked it. So I moved that to my generation. My generation at that time, we used slangs like that. Don't call me there be spaghetti. So I thought that, okay, let's make that gospel. You know what I'm saying? You're the spaghetti of the world. Hallelujah. One jet. Hallelujah. So I told the people in the song, from now on, I'm Mr. Spaghetti. So now my record label in my mind had no name. Until one day my producer called me up and said, Mr. Spaghetti, why not try Spaghetti Records? Immediately he said it. I'm like, Spaghetti Records. Wow. And you know me now that kind of Christine, I like. Immediately, I just called my lawyer. Lawyer, check for it. Spaghetti Records, does it exist? Say, I'll call you back. She called me back and said, it doesn't exist. I said, now it exists. Register it. We are Spaghetti. Spaghetti Records from today. So that's how that's how the name came, and that's how it became Spaghetti Records.
Tell your neighbor spaghetti. Amen. Wow.
Yeah.
Like you know when the scripture says he used the foolish things of this world to confirm the wise.
Yes.
And
yes.
Yeah, who would think in your mind that spaghetti and salt of I can't even think about it. Like,
yeah,
we think are very, very foolish. That think that they're nothing.
That's
Oh my.
that's uh.
So tell us your first award, like your personal, not as a group, but what was your feeling winning your first award, if you can remember it.
Yeah, I think my first award was it was for Moriri. It was Crystal Awards.
Hmm.
That's what they were called then. Crystal Awards. That was my first award as Mike Abdul. Yeah, I think that was my first award, and
Oh,
I felt really great. It was called the Praise Song of the Year. Morire, Morire, Morire. I was like, ooh, Praise Song of the Year. I think,
no church on earth that understands Yoruba or even doesn't understand
yeah,
Yoruba, especially they've not heard about you, that's not sang that song or what. At some point, before when I first got to Canada, every time I would go for like a party or like a church stuff,
yeah,
once they're playing your
yeah.
song, I would always like tag you. At some point, I got tired. Let me tell you the truth. Because there is no how I go for a naming birthday or I DJ. Like
Yeah,
you always use I always use like especially your last album, the crossover album.
yes.
Crossover album, I think it had too many songs that I couldn't even deal. I couldn't deal with couldn't deal with
I
Skolala,
feel you.
couldn't deal with I think my favorite is let me see,
Yes.
let me see. Onyoma is my favorite. I think you
Oh,
bring
yeah,
joy in me.
I
You
feel.
bring no like there is no how you do a song. Like, but tell us, how did Morire come to be?
Yeah, Morire, you know, okay, Morire is like was like my debut as Mike Abdul. Yeah. Amazingly, that was not the first song I recorded as Mike Abdul. I recorded Obawa was my first song, but I knew that was not the song. So I'm very fast with crying to God for help. You know, I don't go to God, help me, oh, I don't have help, oh, help, I can't even help myself now, sir. Just help me. What? And that was a point where me and I could just decided that okay, let's do individual, expressions,
Hmm.
and and I know that people will be like individual. Huh, kilo feko. Hey, what do they want to sing? So I knew that would be going on in people's minds. So that was that pressure was in my mind. So I really could not bring out song. And you see, when you have pressure on your mind, you may not be able to birth songs
Hmm.
for real.
Hmm.
What you'll be giving birth to is pressure.
And frustration.
So because I had pressure on me, I just told God, I said, God help me. And of course, God just said to me, He asked me a question. Who is a person the world is listening to right now? Who is that gospel artist in Nigeria that the song is big right now? And that time, the big song then was Kábíyèsí Ọba Gbogbo Ayé by Monique,
Yeah.
2013. So he now said to me, he said, call that person who the world is listening to his or her voice. Tell that person to use that grace to write you a song. I'm like, wow, that kind of makes sense. So I called Monique. I think she was already on my record label. She was on my record label. I think I signed her 2012. Yes. So I called her. I said, I have an instruction. No, they said you should write me a song. Go. She said, how? Even the Obaye, no be me write down. I said, well, that's what I heard. Write me a song. So I traveled with Midnight Cruise to the US. I think we went to Kansas City. Yeah. It was at Kansas City. She called me and said, Baba, I just woke up. Oh, I had a song in my dream. So I think it's for you since you are the person that asked me for a song.
Yeah.
Then I said, okay, sing the song. So she went, Morire, 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 bao. Oshemilore, Morire, bao.
Hmm.
And immediately I didn't like the song. I did not like the song. I suspect that Oyinbo breeze was blowing my brain. So anything local will not just sell at that time. You know, I was in America.
Yeah, I swear,
You are
even
not
that
singing.
song would have beaten you right now. How would you, how would you not like
You know, I didn't like the song. So that was how I told her, I said, can you get me another song? I don't like this one. That's what I told her. She said,
oh,
oh, so
thank
I
God
could,
for that sense. Oh,
so
thank God
she
for
went,
that sense.
I'm telling you, she just went, oh, so she felt bad, you know, that because she was excited, she felt it was a great song. I think in the afternoon, I just heard that voice again, like, eh? So we told you, we gave you an instruction. So you are now choosing the instruction to obey, Abby. You don't have to like your hit song. Just sing it. Money, yeah. I don't have to like my hit song. I just got that back. Hello?
Help me.
Sing that song again. She just said, no, read it. I just said, the song is sweet. I like it now. So we go back to Nigeria.
When God messes you up, you'll be humble.
I see. I just went back to Nigeria. We go back to Nigeria. We just hit the studio. We recorded the song, and boom! It was like, where have you been all our lives? As in the song travel, like say, no be me right time. I can't chase the song. Tell people, I bet na me right time. Na me oh, no be me. Yeah, na me singer mo. I bet na my song oh. The song just
Oh my
just jet
God.
out, you know.
Oh my
And thank God. So that's how the Morire song came actually.
Oh my. Thank God you obeyed. Like
I see.
if not,
Obey you.
you
Just obey.
mob in front of your house right now. Oh my God. Wow.
Obey.
You don't have to like you don't have to like it's God. You know, at some point
You
I was
don't
talking
even
to my
see
pastor.
here. You don't have to like the
Yeah.
instruction. You don't have to like the instruction, sir. Yours is to obey. It's just like who is that guy that was sent to Nineveh?
Noah.
Jonah.
Jonah,
He
sorry.
didn't like the instruction, but his job was to obey. Just obey it. You don't have to like it. The same thing with the king that was told by, was it Elijah or Elisha, to go and dip himself inside that muddy pond.
Naaman, the commander, Naaman.
Yes, he didn't like it. He didn't like it. It was like, me, my rank. Now I go
Seven.
dip myself inside that dirty water. But you see, now his miracle was in obedience. Your miracle is in the obedience of the instruction. It's not in the process. You know, because the process, you may not like it. It may be very foolish and stupid. But your miracle is in the obedience. That's what I learned from Morire. Your miracle is in the obedience. Obey. Obey.
So tell us a tiny bit about getting Adam, because I know Adam is a creative genius. He can write.
Yes.
He can write song for Africa. Like
It's amazing.
Adam is like a tank of songs.
He is. Really is. He's an amazing guy. I think I met Adam 2001. Adam, I met him in 2001. Me and Aku were shopping for producers for our next project. What's 2001? I'm wrong. It's not 2001, no. It's 2011. Sorry, it's 2011. We were shopping for producers, so we met this guy called Sammy Young. You know, so we needed him to do a few songs so that we sounded differently from what we've been doing. So it was in Sammy Young's studio I met Adam. You know, yeah, it was like a studio engineering apprentice. So he was there. So he took my voice. Then it was, while I was there, he played me some of his songs, and I was amazed. I'm like, excuse me, you wrote these songs? He said, yes, I did. you know, it was new, it was fresh. It sounded like it was new sound. He just had this new thing. It sounded like the generation next. You know, I really liked it. So I'd be like, wow. So he then decided to write a song for Midnight Crew. That he wrote a song for Midnight Crew then. That was 2011. And yeah, that's how I got to know Ada. Then I think sometime 2015, yeah, 2015, he came to me and said he needed a covering, and he feels. In fact, he didn't say he needed a covering. No, he had the song in his spirit, and he needed me to hear that song. So I listened to the song. I loved it immediately. I called the producer, and then we went to work. We recorded him, and I released him on Spaghetti Records. That's how the relationship with Spaghetti Records started, and he asked to be signed on much later, so officially. So we signed him on officially, and it's been beautiful. Adam is one of the best songwriters that I know. One of the best that I know. I'm a songwriter. I love writing songs, but man, Adam is a genius.
Yeah.
He's a genius. He's an amazing guy. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God. So tell us a tiny bit about well, you've told us a tiny bit about Monique with Morere, but tell us a little bit about how you met Monique too.
Okay. Monique, I met in I'm trying to remember the year. Is it that 2000 I think 2011. I had heard about her because I think we lived in the same area. And of course, you know, the young people who were local champions in churches, you will know other local champions in your locality. So I I heard about her in my Iju area, you know. So I heard there's this girl that sings, da, 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 but I never got to meet her until 2011. It was the husband that called me. I'd met the husband, uh, I think 2 or 3 years before then. So I met the husband. So 2011, he called me and said, my wife is coming up with an album. I'd like you to do a song with her. I'd be like, oh yeah. Nah. So I got there that morning, and then they played me the track. And that was a song, Kabiyesi Oba Gbogbo Aye. It was based on that song that we met. So I recorded my part of the song, and then I said, the man just said, boy, we must shoot this video. So we shot the video in, I think, about 2 weeks. We shot the video after the recording, and amazingly, the song was everywhere. I'm like, wow. You know, even you know, because we are 4 in Midnight Crew, people don't concentrate on our faces. You know, the face of Midnight Crew is easily Patricia. You understand?
Yeah.
But so I was free to go out. I could go anywhere without anybody feeling, oh, this is the Midnight Crew guy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But suddenly I noticed that people started picking me out. But they were not referring to me as Midnight Crew guy. They were saying, you sang a song with a lady. Are you not the one that is in a Kabiyesi? I said, yes. I said, wow. So that's how that song also pushed me out. Amazing.
Wow.
That song actually pushed me out. So that's how I met Monique. And I think it was 2000. When I now started Spaghetti Records 2012, the husband came to me again and said, guy, I think I'll need my wife on your label because people know the song more than they know the artist. But I know that with your label, you will help us give organization to both the song and the artist. And of course, that was the plan. That was a game plan. So we worked towards promoting the artist along with this song. So that's what we did, and God made it work. It's been a very healthy relationship since then. Amazingly, 2014, we needed to release Monique's next album after the Oba Bugwaye album. Monique now got a chorus. Fi agbára rẹ̀ hàn, fi agbára rẹ̀ hàn. She got that chorus. There was no verse.
Wow.
Amazingly, oh. Do you know that it was Monique that I met to help me write Morire? Do you know that by 2014, when she needed to write Power Flow, I wrote the verses of Power Flow.
Wow.
She wrote the chorus. So I started the let your power flow in this place. Let your healing come in this place. Verse 1, verse 2, I wrote. I'm like, can you see how God works? Hit song that I could not write for myself.
She wrote it.
I could not write it for myself. She wrote it. So when it was her turn, I wrote the verses of her song. It's amazing. It's just amazing.
You know, this conversation has made me, let's say, maybe for me, or maybe for everybody that's watching, if
Yes.
they didn't respect you like in this height, I think he has gone to this level. Just because, and I'll tell you why. Just because I believe that a lot of artists are always scared to actually allow other people to write the songs.
Sure.
And they're always stuck on, I have to write the song, I have to write the song. And there are times
Yes.
where they're open to, like, when they will write a song and God says, give someone else. So it makes
True.
me understand that even the Mike Abdul is that expressive on, and I see the same thing even when it comes to your production. You don't just stick to one person. You kind of want
Correct.
different sounds, different everything. But before I continue, there's something weird that people don't always know. You know, someone that we hear you now hearing you speak Queen's English, they will not know that you can speak Queen's English like this. How do you speak? You start with praise the Lord, da 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 da, and like just Lonely Central Bank, and you switch to
Somebody.
and I'm like, wait, is it the same? Like, how do you do those switches? Like, is it like a plug that you just pound, 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 pound? Then the question would be stage management. Now, some people will say that I don't like singing, I don't like jumping, I just want to sing like I'm singing and stay on one spot. But the stage is like very big, right? So how do you manage a stage as an artist? And also, how do we do those? Is there a button that you have that you don't do pound and you speak Queen's English and you do and you switch to Fuji? How does it work?
Yes, I think for every artist, the first thing is actually your mindset. I learned to set myself free. You know, I used to be a Christian that had particular standards. This is it. This is how a Christian should look. This is how you must be, and all of that. But I started growing, and I discovered that there is really more to it as long as you have control over it. So I decided to set my mind free, set myself free, so that I can reach different target audience. If I have a target audience of very Raz Yoruba people, there's no amount of English I would spark or spoke or speak. I I won't be able to reach them. I really would not be able to reach them. If you have a target audience, you should know the way they sound. You should know the way they want to praise God, as a matter of fact. You should know the kind of words they want to speak to their maker. Okay. And if you're able to study them, you should let that influence the songwriting. So as much as possible, honestly, that's what I do. I study these guys, and if they're my target audience, I speak their language. And if I've spoken their language, also on stage, I must be believable. I can't be a wannabe. I must be believable. They must feel me, because eventually it is not about the song, it's about the impact. I want to sing, I want you to get the impact. I want you to get the message. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes it may require that I'm jumping about, I'm in your face. You understand? In order to do that. Sometimes I'm at the spot, but my facial expression is speaking a lot. You understand what I'm saying? So I may not really need to jump around. You understand? So for some people, if their music is really calm and all of that, it doesn't matter how wide that stage is, they can really manage their own spot very well. Sometimes I envy them. I wish I can really do that, but I find it very difficult. So I allow Mike Abdul to be Mike Abdul and do his expressions. You know, God knows why He has given different things to different men. You understand? So do your own, and I do my own. Hallelujah.
So for you, I just wanted to ask, when it comes to like, do you like work out? Do you have like a routine? Because you're always dancing, you're always jumping. Like I think the most I'd seen you dance a lot was during this the praise stuff you did in Pastor Godman's church.
Pastor Godman's church.
You did a lot. Like
I did a lot.
like, wait, guys. And I said to my musicians, and they're like, please, I know, don't even let's start. Let's just keep it. Let's keep it on. I think I did a mashup of something like that. But I know that you dance a lot. You're always active on stage. You're always in.
It's true.
Not even some of the time you're always in kicks because of like ability to be free and all that. So is it like you work out, or what's the regimen? Or is it just Mike Abdul?
Apparently, I used to just do it as it comes. But eventually, I told myself, if we can give organization to the songwriting, let's give organization to the performances.
Yeah.
You know, so I started working out. I started going to the gym, and guess what? I discovered that I increased in stamina because I worked out. I lasted more on stage because I worked out. So sometimes when I'm on stage, when you see me jumping about, I'm actually doing my routine. You understand? So it's just the same routine I do like every day. That's what you see me do. So I don't get tired. So before then, I would have waist pain and all of that. My calf would ache and all that. But when I started working out, if I'm done in 1.5 hours on stage or 1 hour, I can go for another program. I can go for 3 programs, no problem. And I will possess the same energy because I already have a routine. You understand? So there's already a routine. So I would the same energy. So that's it. That's the way it is.
You've talked about song and organization. You've talked about like going to the gym and being fit and all that. But just keep a touch on for vocals. So I know people that if they sing within, okay, don't put anybody on shade. So here in our domot, if you are singing for about 20 minutes, they're already drinking water. Now when I first came, I'm like, why are you drinking water? What's wrong with you? But I noticed that the dust on the ground, and because the weather is really ash, your throat kind of goes dry. But I noticed that that's for us that have been here for like a while. For people that
Yeah.
come from here for sure, they don't feel that way. Like they can go. Like I had a rehearsal on us yesterday, and we were there for
Mm.
3 hours, and she like it was. Well, she was still having jet lag, so the energy was still there. It was like to 12, and like everybody was already shutting down. Like, ma,
I feel.
excuse me. For me, like the question will be for people that will be on stage for hours, or like you said, go from one program to the other to sing. How do you
Yeah.
consistently make sure that your vocals are still, you still give the 100% you gave in the first place, second place, and third place?
Mm. You know, when I was coming up as an artist, and I've also been invited to come and minister, I would be in the crowd, waiting to be called up. If there are 6 other artists who will come up before me, because I like their songs, I'll be screaming their songs while in the crowd. I'll be screaming loud and running notes. And I'm the 7th artist. By the time they call me, I would have spent my voice on those other people's performance.
Hmm.
Then I would now struggle with my own performance.
Hmm.
So over time, I learned not to do that again.
Hmm.
So that's why sometimes when you see artists in a program, a lot of them are not responding like the congregation to other artists. Don't get it wrong, it's not beef. They are trying to preserve their energy because they are also coming up. You understand? So that's one of the things I learned. Another thing I learned was there are certain foods, not even foods alone, fruits that don't work for me.
Hmm.
Grapes do not work for me. If I eat grapes, my voice goes dry. I didn't get to know this until I was going to perform with Midnight Crew at the Experience. Was it 2014 or 15? I think 2015. And I ate a lot of grapes. I thought it was just healthy for me. I got on stage and my voice was gone because grapes affect me. So everybody should know what works and what does not work for them. Personally, I take a lot of oranges. Oranges help me a lot. They heal my voice fast, like they are the ones that put the problem. You know, so I take a lot. I take a lot of oranges, and then I avoid oily foods, especially 4 hours or 5 hours before ministration. As a matter of fact, really, if I know I have a ministration today, I may not eat. I would just be with my oranges, and if I will eat at all, if I know that it's going to be at night, I can take breakfast. I'll take breakfast, and that's all I will take. So every other thing will just be fruits and all of that. You understand what I'm saying? Until the night. So that's what I do. So if it's going to be in the morning, I rather will not take anything. I can take tea. I'll have tea, put a little bit of ginger, and we're fine to go on stage. Then 30 minutes before ministration, I will drink that water. So
Yeah.
that it relaxes my nerves, relaxes my,
Yeah.
my palate and all that. So yeah, that's it. So I'm more flexible with my voice.
Yeah, I think I just noticed. You know, normally they'll tell you when you have a cold. So once we have change of weather like this, we're going towards fall, and everybody's throat kind of goes dry. So they tell you to do honey, ginger, lemon tea, and I've been doing it for the last I think 2 years. But it was one day I just noticed that the moment I put lemon in water, it's as if the lemon is sucking the water I just drank.
Oh, I feel you.
So
Yeah, I
I
feel you.
stop doing it. So I think what you said is really key. That you should just note what exactly like
Yeah.
doesn't work well for your voice.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to ask, the experience is like
Yeah.
over 5,000 people.
It's like what?
Like it's over 500,000 people.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
how did you your first experience? How did you overcome stage fright?
Well, you know, it's something we had been doing. We had been doing it. Of course, it was not to 500,000 people. The first experience, I think we had about between 70,000 to 100,000 people. That was 2006. That was the first experience, you know, and of course, Miracle was part of it, you know. So we had been singing actually for years before the experience. So we just activated all our rehearsal years, and you know, it's just the way we overcame stage fright with small crowd. If you had to overcome stage fright with a small crowd, you just don't look at their faces. You just look above their heads and continue singing. You know, that's the way we did it then. So I think for the experience with 100,000 people, we just did the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? We just went ahead, sang our hearts to God. We didn't look at the crowd, you know. So that's what we did, and it worked. That's it.
So because I had a personal favorite when Midnight Crew had their, I think it was the first or second album, I can't remember. My personal favorite was Next Fuji Thing. Now I need to know the story behind Next Fuji
Next
Thing.
thing,
I
Bagan.
felt the razzest person in my secondary school for knowing every part of that song. So I need to understand that song. How did you get the Fuji vibe for that song? Like you sounding all tush and doing that whole song roaring.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think after we did the first Fuji thing, that's this Fuji thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, after we did that, we felt we needed a follow up on the Fuji because the this Fuji thing opened us up to a lot of stuff. You know, we discovered that there were a lot of people who needed that kind of sound from Mushin, and even people who just heard about Mushin, who already imbibed the culture in them without living in the Mushin, they also needed that kind of expression, you know, feeling Jesus at another level. So we thought that it was necessary to do a follow up. So we decided, okay, we're going to do the next Fuji thing, and quickly I just entered that zone again. I entered the zone again. I studied what was happening around the Mushin area, you know, what they were talking about, what they think about, and stuff like that. Of course, we had been performing on stage, so some things, some new stuff came up during performances on stage. So I felt, okay, we should put all of this in the next Fuji thing. So what I also did was we went to meet the same producer of this Fuji thing. We tried to use other producers, but we discovered that, man, Wale Oni is Wale Oni. If it's not Wale Oni, it cannot be like Wale Oni.
He's king of African music.
He is. So we just went back to him. We got that sorted. So immediately we got that sorted. I did not want to take the voice all by myself. I needed an influence. There's this guy called Tosi Paul. Tosi Paul is also a producer. I called Tosi Paul. I took the music from Wale, went to Tosi Paul. So Tosi Paul recorded my vocals. So myself and Tosi Paul, we came up with ideas on how to do certain presentations. You know, so Tosi Paul was able to influence some of my ideas already. So so that also helped, you know, in the ginger, and eventually it came out the way it did, and we're glad.
So I'll go back to this for GT because that was the favorite of almost everybody. So how did you write Kirk Franklin corporates Donnie McCock in worship, Mike Aremunshe jazz? Like what were you thinking about?
Okay, worship. You know, let me take it from okay, maybe youthful exuberance was part of it. Um, I think you know at that time it was the wake of Fred Hammond, Kirk Franklin, in gospel music. So we had gotten used to such sound, from our choir days and all of that. So when it was time to do the Fuji, I felt it was necessary to make them, because I see that people respond to creativity, because we're all products of creativity, the creative input of God. That's what we are, So because we are products of creativity, we naturally respond to what created us, creativity. So I thought that it would be nice, even as you minister, to be creative. You understand? Creativity has a way of just pinching people to believe in what you say. You understand? So we decided, let's do that. How can we put Kirk Franklin into Fuji? Let's razz him up. Let's make Kirk Franklin razz. Let them feel this guy. Because this, you understand? Let's razzify this Kirk Franklin boy. So that's what we did with Kirk Franklin. Looks okay. I can't explain it. I can't obtain it. Jesus, your love is it's so amazing. So I think that's what we did. It was just an idea. I think it's an idea that worked.
Wow. Because I remember that line was from I can't obtain it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. We can't.
That's good.
I don't think we can have more than enough time to actually talk with Mike Abdul today because it's been an amazing. I've wanted to have you on the show since last year. But
Thank you.
I was pinning and I'm like, no, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I don't, every time I want to like send a chat, I'm like, all this celebrity. That is not. I'll post again. Like I don't know why I always got to that point of I will go back. I'll go back and say at some point I say, you know what, it's August. There's nothing that can happen. You're going to have him on the show this month. And there's nothing I want to say. Yes, you can ask about to Michelle, get out of here. Which question are you asking? Oh, you ask. So, okay, guys, if you have any questions, if you have anything you want to tell Mr. Mike Abdul, please write in the comment section. Yeah, but, and also tell us what kind of how will I put it? What determines what you use for your album covers? Because they're very different from Morire. Morire was like, I just came in. Grateful was like, okay, I'm trying to pick up. Like, radio was okay. Now I'm a chairman, but crossover was like, I'm the boss.
I'm here. I'm here with the crossover.
With the crossover. So, yes, what kind of informs your cover art?
Oh yeah. Sometimes it could be the headline song. If we have the headline song, like for Korede, it was majorly the headline song. What we did was, what I wore in the Korede album cover is actually what I wore in the video of the Korede song.
My fiance is obsessed with that look. I cannot even describe.
Amazing.
He's obsessed with that look. I cannot
even.
Wow.
So that's what Korede came as. Then for Morire, I wanted it to look like the Morire cover. I wanted it to look like I'm just coming, so you can't see my full face. So see my half face. Let me see if you accept. That's the way I came. So
Wow.
that's what happened to Morire. Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes it could be the headline song.
Okay.
You know, sometimes it could just be a photo session that went well.
Okay.
Okay, and you just think, oh, this is real cool. All right, let's make this the art for the let's make this a picture for the album art. You understand? And
Yeah.
let's develop an idea around it. So basically, so sometimes that's the way it works.
Wow. So who dresses you up? Like, do you do your own costume yourself, or?
I work with three different guys. I work with Sonny Wares. I work with Black and Strong. Then I also work with another young guy. What's his name now? No, I wasn't. Kai. That's not nice. One of the guys I work with him. So I have three guys that I work with. You know, who attend to my costumes. Yeah.
And your shoe game is always like boom,
No,
boom.
my shoe is very. That's the only thing I have control over. Every other one I don't have control. But my shoe, I have control. So I pick the one where the Coco Butini. I will pick it. So my shoe is very important.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. But when I say a big thank you for being on the show today. Super, super, super,
That's
super,
it.
super, super, super grateful. But it won't be fair if I don't talk about the song you did Baba Tumishe. Um There No Be God. I
I
think
love
it's
that
the,
song.
I think it's the realest song that anybody has sung before.
Yep, yep,
Just because it kind of lets people know that you can't once you have God, you're in the majority. You don't need
yes.
people. And when they say all these things, never let what they say kind of determine what God has planned for you. Um, I know that Papa Timisha is also very
For real.
hardworking, and he's always jumping up and down. And you are his puppy, so I I know that very much. But
He is hardworking.
how do you promote your songs?
That's it.
Okay, so I think we have a question here. How do you promote your songs?
Okay. Yeah. Once I know, like I said, my songwriting starts from my target audience. Once I know my target audience and the song is written, done, dusted, I I go through the channels that can get my target audience. If this song is majorly a Yoruba song, I don't deceive myself about where this song should go to. So I take it to the major part of the Yoruba stations. So what I do, I can do a radio tour. I'll do a radio tour of the Southwest. So we'll go from Lagos to Abeokuta to Ibadan to Osogbo to Ekiti until we get to Kwara State. You know, so we do radio storm of those places, and we can cover all those places in 2 weeks. In fact, less than 2 weeks. In 10 days, we can do all that. Yeah. So basically, so that's what we do, and then of course we get on social media and we make all the noise we can make on social media. Do all the paid adverts we can do, and yeah, we are consistent on paying for adverts. We are very consistent. We pay for adverts every day.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Do we have any other person that has a question? But while they ask you the question, just wanted you to kind of like encourage someone that's just starting or discouraged because, let's say, discouraged based on church hurts, um, or discouraged based on the fact that they're not where they really want to be and they feel stuck where they are. So that kind of like just encourage them.
Yes, so I'll just start by saying that nobody's where they want to be yet.
Mm.
Everybody wants more. Dangote
Yeah.
is still looking for money, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
wondering why, you
Rich.
know. So that's the way it is. So we're meant to always desire more. If not, we're done on earth. We should have left here. You
Mm.
understand? So we're here because we cannot because of our present realities uh, lose sight of our endless possibilities.
Mm.
Uh, we're here because there are still possibilities. There's still a lot possible to be done. So I would say to you, keep working on the little things. You know, I suspect that the reason why the guy with the one talent went to hide it and did not work on it was because he felt his talent was too small.
Mm.
He was looking at the other guys. They had 5 talents. The other one had 10 talents. So he felt that this my talents. When do I want to start? You know,
Mm.
if people like uh what's his name? You know,
PJ.
there's some pastors that are new now. Okay, like if Pastor Paul Adeforasi, for instance, looked at the success Pastor E. Adeboye already had,
Mm.
he should have just said that, where do I want to start from that will meet up with this man? Let me not
Mm.
start. But you see, he started because a calling is a calling. Higher
Mm.
calling, lower calling, call is call.
Mm.
Answer your call. So
Mm.
small, in fact, you are not the one that will judge small talent or big talent.
Mm.
If God has given you a gift to work with, to work your
Mm.
generation with, go ahead, work that gift, work it to your bone.
Mm.
And please, lastly, I would just like to say that if money is your target, if making money is a target, sorry, chasing money is a forever thing. You can never meet up. One of the things that is causing depression in this life is that money is the target. We're looking at money. Then when we go to Facebook or go to Instagram, and then we see somebody that left his house, that starched his clothes well, and smile and took picture, we'll be jealous. All you need to do, start your own clothes, iron it, come
Yes.
outside. You can stand in front of someone's house and snap picture. They won't ask
Thank
you, is that your house?
thank you,
Snap
sir.
picture, put it on Instagram. Let me tell you, everybody posts their best pictures. Can't you
Mm.
see? We take several pictures and pick the best. That's what we
So
do. We don't
collect I
snap pictures when we cry. Take it. So that's the way it is. So keep believing in yourself, keep believing in God. Please listen for God. Listen, as in train your ears to always listen for God. That is the highest expo you can get concerning your destiny and your future. The expo of destiny is in the manual of the creator. So meet the creator and say, Baba, give me the manual of my production. If you have that manual, try. Whose report shall you believe? God bless you.
the report of the Lord. Thank you very much, Mr. Mike Abdul. And you can follow him on Facebook, Instagram, go to
That's
his YouTube channel, get his songs. Like we have all his albums where and also let me tell you one thing that
yes,
if you
sir.
can't learn is you
Yes,
not
sir.
still like Abdul still reads materials, he still watches videos, he still reads on branding, marketing, he updates himself. So as a praise and worship leader, if you don't have Mike Abdul on your playlist, there's something wrong with you. I'm
Yes,
sorry. Not because he's
it's
here,
true.
but just because he if you're having a party, you don't play Mike Abdul's song, there's something wrong with your gospel DJ. Has anyone
Yes.
understood? It's coming to the US in November. So it's gonna be in Chicago,
Yes, I am.
Chicago. Everything is going to be the US in November. So watch out, go and stalk his page. Go and
There.
watch it. performances. Go and see how we bear say on some and he will stand still in some. Try and understand the heart of performance, communicating even with your backup.
Yes,
He's
so
in sync with them. Go and learn all
yeah.
this stuff for yourself.
Yes,
It's
so that's so.
important for your business. But
That's so.
but thank you, Mr. Mike Abdul, for coming
Thank
on
you.
the
Thank
show.
you.
And we
Thank you.
can't wait
Thank
for
you.
your next. So are we having an album this year?
My
You better
sister, I
oh
am dropping a song, Iro Hallelujah, Mike Abdul featuring Tope Alabi. We're
see that
dropping it with a
was one of
video.
you.
Yes, so it's happening this year. It's gonna be hot. Like
Amazing.
we're not sleeping on the matter.
Oh, hallelujah. Okay, let me just leave it there.
That's
Let
it.
me So,
That's
guys,
it.
let me tell you, the only way you can do better is to meet people that have gone ahead of you and watch them. You can't do better than your master if you've not learned from your masters. And some of the things he has said is also, see, disobedient. If he had not obeyed God, we would have not had Morire. Can you imagine? So we ourselves as up there's some people say we are up and coming, upcoming. As children of God that sing or write, or even you might not be a singer and say, okay, what's my business? You can learn marketing and branding. He
Yep.
creates, at least people will tell me, why would you post every day? And I'm like, TY Bello, that's how many million people. She posts
Yeah.
every day. I should not put my market on the blast because
I
because
see.
let's not be doing this. And you have to put yourself out there. Nobody can hype you than you. Nobody can promote
For
you than
real.
you. So you have to put yourself out there the more. You have to put your stuff out there. If you're a
Yep.
content creator, keep on putting content. Like TD Jakes will
Yep.
say, you never know who is in your audience. Mike Abdul doesn't know,
Mm.
maybe TD Jakes will just check his feet like, who is this guy that is doing this? Let me come to my
Well,
shop.
for real. For real. So true.
He put himself out there. So
Yep.
people like Remy that will be singing in the bathroom, that they have amazing voice. Stop putting yourself there. Let me call you out,
That's
Remy. Remy has amazing voice, but she be singing in the
amazing.
bathroom. I didn't understand that. But guys, we've come to the end of the show. We don't want to go, but we gotta go. God bless you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
So thank you for saying yes and being here on the show. God
Yes,
bless
sir.
you. Thanks to everyone. I saw everyone that came in. I saw Minister Dayo Bello. I saw Oluchi of Ode. I saw Dr. Misaki Pelu of Bumilola Music. I saw Remy. I saw everybody on Facebook, on Instagram. Thank you very much for being on the show today. God bless you. And thank you, Mr. Mike Abdul, for being on the show. God bless you, sir. And enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you very, very soon. Very, very, very soon.
Thank you.
All right, sir.
And you.
Bye. Thank you very much, guys. I celebrate you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being on the show. I can't but say thank you to everyone that tuned in today. I have learned a lot, and you should still continue to watch out this page. Watch out Aanu Adedire. Watch out Life Matters with Aanu Adedire for amazing, great content week in, week out. And still pigging back on that, I would also say that next week we're gonna have someone that will come and be talking about content creation, branding, media, everything next week. So you don't want to miss next week's show. I'm telling you, it's gonna be amazing. So till I see you next week, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Aanu Adedire. The link is in my personal bio, and the link is also on Life Matters and Adedire's bio. So please, please, please follow us. Tell your friends to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Amazing content to come out every day on the show. God bless you. Until I see you next week. I love you. I celebrate you. Bye.